Make Brooklyn Live. Okay, so Brooklyn, first thing we do, always make sure your cape's nice and straight. Yeah, I'm always going to go through everything for all my assistants who don't watch Brooklyn Live, but they should. Cape should always be straight. Cape should be out in the back of the chair, and we've got a towel on hand. Now, we've just come from the backwash, and at the backwash, what do we do, Olivia? What do we do at the backwash though? What do we use here?
Oh, we use, I use actually, we have them submerged instead of the whip treatment.
Okay, submerge. What happened? Why no whip treatment?
I didn't want to grab one from the shelf.
Oh, God, you're getting all the exposure today, eh?
Well, I'm not a liar.
Well, no, it's a lie. I meant to look before we start. So now we'll comb it through. And you always comb. This is a nice wide comb, wide tooth comb. This makes it nice and smooth. Just comb that hair straight out. We're gonna detangle the bleacher-reacher. Yeah, from the self-colorer. This is Grace. She's got a great picture for us. It's a mullet. It's a mullet. She said, Nick, give me the best mullet you could give anybody. I said, no problem. No problem. I said, did you take your medication? She said, yeah. I said, good. She's going to need it after I finish with the mullet. Isn't that right? Yep. She's convinced.
So defeated.
All right, now we're going to squeeze out all that moisture so there's no water dripping on the floor. Yeah, this is something that we really believe in. I'll tell you why, because when you're taking your client, the last thing she wants is to have a river running down a cape. Yeah? Make the experience a pleasant experience as much as possible. That's what I would suggest. I would also suggest if the product's not at the backwash that you need, then just check before you start and make an assessment on how you can get that product. Yeah? I got 20,000 whip treatments in the warehouse, and we don't even have any at the back bar. Yeah? We need to put it at the back bar. Okay, so now I'm going to come. Now, you have your picture there, Gracie?
Yes.
What's your last name, Gracie?
Redmond.
Gracie Redmond. Oh, that's like
Government name, just flat out.
That's a movie, isn't it? A movie star's name. Here we are live with Gracie Redmond. Okay, so she likes shorter, piecey. I'm going to take the piece a little short around the front. We're not going to do a smullet. We're going to do a skillet. The next best thing. And we've got Dana filming, so feel free to ask questions.
Ooh, we have a question already.
Good.
Rick asks, how do you avoid the burnout from working so hard?
What's the burnout? Oh, the burnout, getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It usually happens about 3 times a day. Yeah?
Yeah.
Burnout usually happens 3 times a day. And you just got to keep going, pushing through. You got to keep pushing through. That's what I do.
3 deep breaths.
3 deep breaths.
Yeah.
Yes, the power of 3.
Yep.
It's a whole other thing. Are you ready, Grace? Are you scared?
Oh, I'm ready for my mullet.
She said it, and we got it on camera. So now when I do, look at me. I got the chia. I got the new. This is called the chia.
Oh.
It's the chia. It's like the chia pet.
Like the texture.
What do they call those things that grow?
Chia.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Like the green thing.
Chia pet.
Chia pet. I got the chia pet called.
Oh.
So I did it myself. It's the new style.
He said it's so posh.
It's the new style. The chia. The chia. Okay. Question. Actually, no. Razor. Let's go. This is a classic razor. It's actually a nice color, this one. V for victory. Place the blade right into your hand. Push so that the tang sits into the palm. It's just your fingertips. We're going to use a razor because she wants that piecey feel. If it's too blunt, her hair's fine. So if it's too blunt, then it's not going to look as good. Any new shoes, Dana?
They're not. I just don't wear them a lot. They're a little uncomfortable. I'm trying to break them in.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
today's
They're
the
really
day.
shiny, though.
Today is the day.
Yeah.
It's your first time. Is this your first time filming?
It's my second time, but it's my first time with the little tripod thing.
Wow, a little tripod thing. I hope you do well because you're like a fish. All right, chin slightly down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a section straight away down the center back. Follow the spine. There's the spine. So this is a clean section all the way down the center back. Notice how I hold the comb, the razor's out of the way. You take a nice, healthy section, especially at the beginning. I tend to find that a lot of hairstylists, they tend to do a lot more, I'm going to pull that chair out. That's driving me crazy. I don't know why the chair should never be here. I'm going to have to instruct somebody. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. You see what happens is, you got to check everything all the time. Everything all the time. Walk around with your eyes wide open. When I first started doing hairdressing, my boss said to me, this is going back to 1936. My boss said to me, when you walk in the salon, look at it to see whether, look and see what's going on in the salon so that plug in. That's why the plugs break. That's why the black dryers break. I'm going to show you this. We have an issue. Well, you let go of the camera.
Sorry.
You let go of the camera.
Oh my God.
Stay focused, Dana.
You grabbed it.
If this plug is hanging out like this, that's your dryer's going to blow up. The plug's going to melt and the dryer's going to blow up. All right? Did you know that, Dana?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that, Olivia?
I didn't.
Right? If your plug's not all the way in, you're at jeopardy of breaking your dryer and the station. Lesson number 1. My boss said to me, when you walk in the salon, make sure you think of it as if it's your place. So, 38 years later, I'm still dealing with that. Still think like that. Okay, let's put our line in. So the line's going to be right around here. The first thing we do is we're not going to go too clean because I want to keep a little softness. Are you close enough there, Dana? You're all that way away. Come on, Dana. I got to treat you today. We're going to help you.
Okay. Learning.
Yeah? So you look at the texture. I got to come and look. You see the texture? That's what you're trying to create. So get closer to me, Dana. You can do it. It's okay. I put deodorant on. So the blade is flat. So the blade is flat coming down the hair. The reason why the blade's flat coming down the hair is I want to get some softness and some pieciness. Notice how I cut hair before I cut hair, and then I place the blade in, and I'm getting about 3/4 of an inch worth of texture on the ends. You work from the inside out, so this way and this way. Just check that. The razor's very forgiving because it's a soft line, not a hard line. Take enough hair down that you can cut hair off without it being, you don't want to take your sections too fine because the blade will go straight through. In the same token, you don't want to make your sections too thick because if you make your sections too thick, you're going to feel like you're sawing through the hair. And I'm just going to use a little tip. We call this tipping. This is a tipping technique. Did you teach class this weekend?
No.
You didn't teach razor fundamentals? You didn't get chosen?
Dana did.
I did.
Oh, Dana did. How
Yeah,
was
it was
good?
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I taught with Maria Grace.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Taught on the Sunday, yeah?
Yep.
Very good. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Good. Excellent.
I did a demo.
You did a demo?
I did. Maria Grace helped me out too, though.
What did you demo on?
One length, razor bob.
Nice.
Yeah.
You did a demo. Demo master. I like that. Focus, not that piece. I just comb that piece out. Focus. Look at your line and look at the softness. That's what you're focusing on. I don't know. She's not moving that camera at all, so I'm just going to stay with you. I'm going to let you do it, but I'm going to watch.
Okay.
She feels powerful. She has a power stance right now.
I can see that. She's locked. She's fixed into place.
We had a question earlier.
Yeah.
When are you going to LA?
I'm going to LA later on. I'm going early November. Early November. I think I'm actually going to Oakland, and then I'm going to Los Angeles. But I'm not 100% sure because I've got a lot of things to do before then. So I'll find out, and I'll post it when I know where I'm going. But I'm definitely going to LA. I'm doing 2 in-salon programs, and I'm going to be joined by 2 of my team members, AJ and Christina. We're going to the West Coast, baby.
California.
Keep your sections nice and clean. Keep it clipped out of the way. Comb the hair nice and smooth. Fine teeth off the comb. Put your comb right in at the base of the section and just melt that hair away. Working always to the edges. So you're working from the inside out. That's the best way to do it. Calm it down, have a look. You have a nice little pieciness through the edges, little softness. Simplistic cut today. That's okay. You know, it's always about, making sure that your clients are happy. So I think enjoy the variation. People always say, what do you like doing the best? I like variation the best. Long, short, mid-length, whatever it is. Just had a busy weekend. I went out to Albuquerque this past weekend. It was actually a big weekend in Arroyo Land because we were part of the Fuel event, which was pioneered by one of our ambassadors, Tracy. And we had lots of ambassadors there. Brian was there, Stephen Adams was there, David Gatt, Jason, the Square Root family. So it was a fantastic event. And then I turned around. So while I was there, we had 2 classes on in New York. We had our Razor Fundamentals class, and we also had American Wave certification. So we had 2 classes this past weekend. I also had somebody out doing an in-salon as well, and I was also traveling with Tara Marie. She came and met me in Atlanta, and we did the Icons and Influencers event for L'Oreal. So it was a very busy and productive weekend for the Arroyo crew. This weekend, I'm heading off to Dallas. I have a new account in Dallas, and I'll be heading out there to do an in-salon for the new account in Dallas. So I'm excited for that. The big weekend of Intercoiffure, it's a big hair weekend in New York City. So I'm sure I'll get to see some of my hairdressing friends. But I'm not here for the show. I will be flying to Dallas.
Todd Dowell asks, if you're not really comfortable using a razor, how do you get the same softness with scissors?
You get the same razor, but you get the razor that takes the guarded blades, Todd. Yeah, you're only not comfortable using a razor usually because it's a straight blade and you could really slice your hand or slice your finger. So there's a razor that folds like this that we give to all of our students in their student kit. So, and they get the razor with the guards, and with the razor with the guards you can practice super safely. That's the best way. If you're not comfortable with the razor, with a straight edge, practice with a guarded blade. You can't get the same effect with a scissor. You can get a similar effect with a scissor. It's all point cutting. But when you point cut, you cut this way. And when you razor cut, you cut this way. So you're scooping up from the inside. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Todd Dowell, and I hope you're doing good all the way in Toronto. This is tipping. We're just tipping into the hair a little bit using the tip of the blade. Come down, tip of the blade. And I comb it with the wide tooth as a comb too. And just check for balance. Now let's come into the sides. Soften this down. I'll come into the side. She's moving now. She's moving. I'm moving. We're all moving. So we'll take that section into the side, but I'm going to comb it over the shoulder. It's like a dance round here, Grace. Yeah. Comb it over the shoulder. And now let's just razor that in. Flat plane of the blade coming down the hair. Less coming off through the front because we're combing the hair back. So So this creates more of a squarer line through the back, which is what we like. Fine teeth of the comb gets nice even tension. Now don't forget, we have a big event coming up here in New York. It's called Arrojo Inspired. It's on the 27th and 28th of this month, and it's going to be a great 2-day symposium. And there's still a few tickets left if anyone's interested. We kick off at the top of the Freedom Tower. It's going to be amazing. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Do you want to go on the other side, please, Olivia? Melissa, otherwise known as Olivia.
I finally got a nickname.
That's right.
It took 4 years.
Flat plane of the blade, just work all the way down the hair. You've been here for 4 years now, Olivia?
Yeah.
Wow. How long have you been here, Dana?
About a year and a half.
Wow, long time.
Yeah.
How's it going?
For me?
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Where do you work?
I work at Arrojo in Soho.
Okay, nice. So you're at the Soho location. Olivia, where do
Yeah.
you work?
Tribeca.
At the Tribeca location. How is the Tribeca location doing?
Love it.
What do you love about it?
It's great. It's open. It's nice and well, we're all like a family.
We're like a family.
Aww. It's all new too.
Yeah, it's been renovated.
It's nice.
Nice looking place. If you come into New York for the Intercoiffure event, feel free to come by and see my salons. The Soho location is open 7 days a week. Brooklyn's open 6 days a week, and Tribeca's open 5 days a week. Yeah. Both the Soho location and the Tribeca location both house cosmetology schools. Yesterday we had a graduation with our barbering program. Great work from our barbers. It's amazing what what teacher Grace has done with those guys, helping them with their barbering skills, and her skills are really top notch. And we'll have a new class starting in Tribeca. Not barbering, we just had a barbering class start in Soho, our new one, but our new class in are you watching? Can you get in there? You like moving? You know, you're my new filmer.
Yeah, so
You're my new filmer. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you want to go and, you gotta like get with the motion.
Okay.
Okay. Check your balance. You comb the hair back, you check your balance. Edging just a drop longer on this side. Just a little piece. Not even a big thing, because I'm just going to knock that corner off anyway when I come into the layers. So the length is done. Grace is still smiling. Yeah. And now it's time for me to do some face framing layers. But before I do that, I'm going to have some coffee, because it's the morning.
Where's the coffee from?
Next door.
Yum.
Did you get one?
I did. They have good coffee.
You like coffee?
I do. Yes. I need it. I'm addicted.
Proven fact.
I really am. I get a headache if I don't have it.
Oh, wow.
Same.
All right, pass me the hydro mist, please. Now we're going to come in and we're going to layer and make it piecey. She likes it kind of messy and piecey. Is that right? Yeah. She also comes around here. She's a big Sally's. She goes to Sally's. It's a professional beauty store that just allows anybody to come in and buy colour. Love this industry. Yeah, I love it. I love this industry. All right, wide teeth, nice thick section. Look at how I put my thumb here. I put my comb in there. I got the wide tooth. I take a nice thick section all the way. Nice clean section. That's what you need to do.
Why are you starting on this side?
I always start on the side closest to the parting. Pass me the hydro, put the moisture in, it's a spray conditioner. Okay, I always start on this side because I like to kind of create the side that's closest to the parting. And if I've been doing this for 38 years, so I always know whichever way, wherever I started, I know which way the hair's always going to be. Head lightly over. comb the hair straight down, angle the fingers, and then just behind my fingers, I'm just gonna piece in softness. I'm just gonna piece it in. So look at the kind of natural fall. Look at how I can keep that corner, because I'm not dragging it forward, but really just combing the hair down. Second section, she doesn't have super dense hair, so we got to make sure that we don't overdo it, but in the same token, don't underdo it. And there's nothing worse than an uncut cut. Yeah, client doesn't really want an uncut cut, they want a cut. They want to get their shape. The power of a great haircut really is second to none. I've always said that I think because of the trend with hair color and hair coloring being so popular and hairdressers pioneering and championing hair color, I think we forgot about the hair cutting. So I'm trying my best to really bring back the power of a great haircut. And when I say bring it back, I mean bring back the pricing. Yeah? Bring back the pricing for a great haircut. How much do you charge, Dana?
88.
88.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia?
98.
98. Good. Let's charge more. We gotta kind of push it forward. Because guess what? No one wants to pay more, but you know, we gotta show the power of a great haircut. And the power of a great haircut is the power of great service mixed with the power of a great technique. Isn't that right, Grace? She just had to say that, didn't she? Otherwise, I'd definitely give her the money that she wanted. Section's nice and clean. Now I'm starting to direct this forward. I'm going to start to elevate. You can see, start to elevate, and I'm just working a little bit of layering into the end of the head. So this is all about just getting the right proportion and the right balance.
Does your blade get more open as you go back?
Well, yeah, you know, the more it's like sketching the shape in. So the idea is not only will it potentially get more open, you know it's more open if you've got more hair in your fingers. So when you cut it, if there's more length in your fingers, it's more open. It's a much more open stroke, but I'm not taking out a lot of length. So I'm doing this, I'm adding a little texture, and right there I'm just adding texture. And that's kind of the last section on this side for now. You just let that kind of fall.
Pretty.
And now we're going to do this side, okay? So again, we're going to go through with my hydro mist. It's like a dance here, isn't it?
Waltzing with Dana.
Waltzing with Dana. I think I've seen that show on Netflix. Waltzing with Dana. Next section. There you go. Out of the way. Comb the hair forward. Now we're going to comb it around the mouth. Just have a look and see. So we're going to start below the chin. Yeah, we're going to start below the chin. Comb the hair over. Make sure you pick it all up with the fine teeth of the comb. All of our combs and tools and equipment is available on our website, orogiopro.com. And you can download our app from the App Store, Orogio Social. Don't forget, you can check out our new event, which is on October the 27th and 28th, Orogio Inspired. You can check it out on orogioinspired.com. It's an event which is designed to fuel your inspiration and to get you to be much more aware of, human inspiration. And it's going to be a really fantastic event. We kick off the event at the top of the Freedom Tower on Saturday night, and we look out over the big city and think about what the next 2 days are going to bring. We also have the amazing Boom Boom Room for a private cocktail event. It's going to be our gala, and it's a very boutique, intimate experience with only 75 guests. It's going to be pretty spectacular. If you want information on it, check it out on arrojoinspired.com. And then really what you should all be looking forward to, certainly what I'm looking forward to, is our 10th Arrojo Expo, which will be at the TWA Hotel at JFK. And you can check that out on arrojoexpo.com. And I tell you, it's going to be one heck of an amazing event. That's in May 2020, so we're living in the future. All right, 2 sections done. Let's just have a little touch point. I'll just kind of touch here and see if it kind of feels balanced. So you pull this forward, yeah, doesn't feel balanced. This is shorter, this is longer, so that's good. That's why the second piece, touch point, was an important one. Now I know I need to run a little bit more into here.
Randy wants to know, are you actually cutting according to how she parts her hair?
I'm cutting it to how she parts her hair, yes. But I'll be knocking this around, Randy. So I'm not gonna let it just stay static in its own place. So I'll be moving and playing with it for sure. Next section. Start to pull this forward now, start to elevate, knowing that maybe if we don't elevate it enough, we're gonna end up running into it being too long on her right hand side. So you got to get the balance right. The difference between a razor and a scissor is more clinical and a razor is a little bit more forgiving. It's softer. A scissor is more for following the cleaner lines, and a razor is more for creating the softer blended lines. Of course, you can do both with both tools, but that's kind of how I feel about it. One is a little bit more organic, it's a little bit more sketch-like. That's the razor. Still running a little heavy, so I'm going to elevate. Just take a little bit more out. Still breathing, Grace? Mm-hmm. You sure?
I am.
What do you think so far?
No, it's hard to tell because I can't really see.
She's a tough client, isn't she?
I'm sure it's going great.
Oh, definitely gonna have. Give me the clippers. We're gonna shave this off. The last of the Mohicans, the inventor of the mullet as we knew it. I did 2 mullets this weekend at Elevate.
Cool.
Not Elevate. It was what was it? Fuel. Yeah, I did 2 mullets. I did a punk mullet and a goth mullet. Yeah?
Edgy.
Yeah, crazy.
What was the difference?
What? Well, one was more punk and one was more goth.
Oh.
Yeah? God, Bennett.
Oh
So-
gosh.
One was good because I shaved the sides and left it long over the ear.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like a good old Chelsea boy. All right, so fine teeth of the comb, flat plane of the blade, melting Grace's hair away, and then the tip of the blade. Now, when you listen to the consultation, she really liked kind of like that piecey feel. She said it made her hair look, on the picture, made her hair look thicker. So that's what we're going for. I'm going to comb this all the way forward now to transition this stuff into the back. And I'm elevating. Look at how the comb goes right into the base. Wow, you moved in.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
She's a fast learner.
You know, let us know if she's doing a good job on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, give me feedback.
Yeah, just you can tell us, you can take it.
Yeah.
Just be nice.
You don't have to be too nice. Just be real, be honest. That's what we want. And then right here, just tip, 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 tip. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over this side, take my section, all the way from the center. And I'll comb this over this way. Just look through it. I'm going to do a little scissor work because the kind of cuts like 90. We're about probably 85% done now. Yeah? We're about 85% done. And Dana's really gone. She started moving around. Oh, God. She's got
Little shuffles.
She went all the way over there now. You're making me dizzy, and I'm all the way back here. Always forgiven. Come back.
Oh, what's the price for your small opening order of the Arrojo line?
Well, it's if it's an indie student, if it's an indie studio, I think it's $750. If you are a small salon, a boutique salon, you talk to one of our relationship managers. I would talk to Valeria, and she'll let you know. But they start around about $1,800. The more you kind of invest at the beginning, the more you kind of get commitment from Arrojo. So she can discuss all of that with you. You can contact Valeria on valeria@arrojonyc.com. Why you're over there, I have no idea.
Because you were talking and I was just showing them what the cut. Oh, someone said, Jay says she's doing a great job filming. Smiley.
She's probably your mother. Probably your mother.
Hey, Aunt Vicky.
Well, I hope that answers your question. If you need more help, you can always direct message me for the product. Give me the scissors. And then and we can give you the information. We're going to use our Arrojo BMAC 5.0s. These are beautiful scissors, available at arrojopro.com. And now we're going to come through the center back, shake all the hair off, keep it nice and clean, keep my logo straight, please. Olivia. Are you taking the phone off her? What are you doing? Be careful, she'll empty your pockets.
That was my real intentions for this.
Now we're at the top of the head. So I'm going to take the top of the head. I'm going to take a section all the way down. Central section. All the way down. We'll drop it as low as she can go. It's about as low as it goes, the chair. The Arrojo chair, made by Belvedere. Belvedere is one of our sponsors for Inspired, along with a software company called Forest, as well as our partners L'Oreal Professional. So now I'm just going to start to pivot around the back of the head, elevating the head all the way up with the fine teeth of the comb. I'm just going to point, and you can leave that. Oh, you're going to turn it down, aren't you? Now what's going to happen later? You want to hit that?
You want to hit the fan?
No one can understand me. If no one can hear the phone.
What?
You're gonna hit the fan? You're gonna hit the fan, man.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I like that. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. That's right. So this is point cutting. We're going to go from the back, and then we're going to go from the front. And then it's time to style.
How are you going to style it?
I'm going to style it pretty natural. Yeah. I want to kind of keep it pretty loose. The pictures she's shown were not too glamorous. We did something a little bit more glamorous last week, if I remember rightly, didn't we? Do you remember?
With me, yeah.
Was that with you?
Yeah, that was very glamorous.
With our long layer?
Yeah. The big volume.
Big volume. Glamour ball. It's kind of nice, but it's a little bit too. It was the ballet dancer, wasn't it? Or the ballroom dancer?
Ballroom.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like it as for me. She was happy, but I like my work a little bit more rough and ready.
She's from the Upper East Side.
That's true. You say about all those Upper East Side people, they're not going to come to you now. That's it. You just call them out. What did she say? But it happens on the Upper East Side. Something good happens on the Upper East Side.
It's popping.
It's popping. Popping. Amy, you don't go out anymore, do you now? Because now you're committed.
I
You're
don't
both-
go out
you're both
anymore.
You're committed?
You're both in
Kind
the
of.
That's what the internet tells me anyway.
Very committed.
Very committed. I'm in love with a trucker. Okay. Working through. Notice how we're allowing. When you get to the scissor, the nice thing is you don't have to damp the hair down. So you can kind of work from wet to dry, which is nice. When you work with a razor, you have to work with the hair damp. You can't work with the hair dry, or just split it. I like to call this little technique just sealing the ends. Just kind of gives the ends just a little bit of refining. Yeah. Bring it forward. And just a very light tickle. Just a nice light little tickle. Elevate it up, point into it. Just clean that up. So we have a couple of classes left before the end of the year. We have an American Wave certification coming up. We have a classic, I think, advanced scissor class coming up. So we got a couple of classes coming up before the end of the year. We'll soon be putting our calendar out for 2020. Got some new ideas for 2020. We're going to be doing some hair loss classes with Karen Garden. We're going to do some dry hair cutting classes with the Square Root family. So we got some new ideas coming through for 2020. You'll have a look at our educational offerings, and we're going to start to turn our attention, as soon as I get through this month, to creating my digital platform, which is why we did the construction, the renovation in the Tribeca location, to focus in on the digital kind of side of things, and that's what we're planning to do. So always got new stuff happening. We got new blow dryers coming out in the new year. We're excited by that. And you know, we have to start planning for the new year as soon as I've already started to think about what we're going to be doing. But as soon as I get through my event next week, in 2 weeks, Inspired, that's when I'll have free time to really, you know, focus in on next year's affairs. The year's kind of done. Yeah, the year's kind of done. When I say the year's kind of done, we're kind of set pretty much with what we're going to get. We know that December and November should be busy. October's always a funky month. People kind of hang off. We had the Jewish holidays this week, so it's been a bit of a, you know, crazy week. That's a smile. That's it. That's a happy smile. Yeah, a happy smile. Yeah, but right now it's mullet time. Mullet time. Looks good already. Yeah, you see the power of a good haircut. So you got that movement in there. Looks good. Do you know what time it is now? Coffee time. That's what time it is now. It's coffee time.
Woo!
Because you know, otherwise it gets too cold and I can't drink it. What are we going to use product-wise?
Maybe some wave mist, a little shine lux.
Good idea. So let's get the Shine Lux oil. You apply the Shine Lux oil for us. Shine Lux first. Put 6 drops into your hand. So this is, how do you describe the Shine Lux oil?
It's a really, kind of like a lighter consistency. And we'll apply it to the lips and to the ends.
What does it do?
What does it do? It protects the hair from the heat, and it also adds a little bit of more moisture and some more sleekness to the style.
Shine Lux oil is a hair moisturizer. Kind of seals the ends. Precious oils. It allowed that sheen to the hair. We said the hair was a little on the dry side at the beginning. Dude, last right there. Get rid of it all. Get it all there. Okay. So Shine Lux oil, it's a heat protector. Contains hyaluronic acid as well, which is a moisture binder. It binds a little bit of moisture to the hair, which is fantastic. I don't think I'm going to use wave mist. Change my mind. I like to change my mind from time to time. Yeah, do you know what I'm going to use? Dry conditioner. Let's go with that. The wave mist would be good. It's going to wet the hair down. Don't want to wet it. And then I'm only going to dry it again. Yeah, so let's just kind of use that Shine Lux oil to just add a little bit more depth. And then we'll use the dry conditioner, this one. This is a Rojo dry conditioner. You ready? You want to come down here and hold sections for me, look?
They're asking you to speak up.
No, dry conditioner! Pass me a cone.
Why wouldn't you use the defrizz serum?
Defrizz serum will kill this hair. It'll be too heavy. It's a high-grade silicone. The high-grade silicone is going to collapse the hair. So she doesn't want that. She's already got fine hair. We're making her hair look thicker. That's what we're doing. We're making her hair look thicker. And this is hydrolyzed keratin. It's going to add a little bit more structure and strength to the hair. We're going to twist it in. So what we do is we take sections and we're going to comb it through. And I'm going to douse it in dry conditioner, which is a dry spray. Not a wet spray, so we're not making the hair wet. It's going to smooth the hair out. It's going to add a little silk, and it's going to work really nicely with our Shine Lux oil. Think about your products, learn the products, study the products. I look at my product line, I'm always thinking, oh, do I need to bring out more new stuff? Like, brands bring out so much new stuff that I think that it's overwhelming. I don't know how necessary it is. It's like an inner conflict with myself to think, do I need new stuff, new stuff, new stuff? And I say to myself, I don't know whether I really do need new stuff. Yeah? If you've got great stuff, great products, then use them. Think about our industry and how it's moved and evolved. Yeah? So if you're thinking about, just think about companies like, we've gone from loads of products, like with the Bumble family, to like very few products with like the perfect hair and Hair Story, where you don't need any product. So where's the integrity in that? Same developer. Then you think about, other brands that bring out so much stuff. I feel like we've got so much stuff, we don't need to continue to keep bringing out stuff. We are going to be doing a brand audit of a Rojo in the next 24 months. What that means is we are now going to start to look at what's the winner, what needs to be maybe enhanced, improved, reworked, because those things also have to happen. Because as times change, trends change, and fashion changes, and also we get discovery with ingredients. The other thing that's really exciting is we are also going to be venturing into the skincare realm.
Ooh.
Because we are going to be offering aesthetics at the Rojo school. So it's not just going to be a cosmetology school, it's going to be an aesthetic school. So we're kind of, I suppose, taking a slight page out of, not that they invented it, but taking a slight page out of the Aveda family. So, because they're into schools and we have schools, and they do esteology, and we're going to do it. And they have very strong brand culture, and that's something that I'm really into. So once we do our brand audit, you'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to that. Always moving forward, never backwards. So aesthetics will be launching at the end of this year, ready for 2020. So stay tuned. So in our schools, we do barbering, we do cosmetology, and then we'll be doing aesthetics too. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, sprayed out. There you go. All dry conditioner. Right, let's get the diffuser, and we'll diffuse it. And then we'll dry this off. So it's not going to take a lot to dry, because she's already relatively dry. We're not going to cut anymore. So that thing will come off.
What kind of diffuser?
This is a YS Park Rojo diffuser. Yesterday I was teaching in the Cosmos school how to do a natural dry. I teach every week in Cosmo, as well as clients. I keep myself busy, out of trouble, and understand what goes on in my school. So it doesn't blow the hair at all, you can see that. This is high speed. Doesn't blow the hair at all. Doesn't move it. This is these are available on the RojoPro.com. Amazing diffusers, fits on any dryer. Can't get it at Sally's, so don't even think about it, okay?
Okay. I would never cut my own hair.
Uh-huh. Oh, you colorists out there, they'll color their own, but they won't cut it. I cut my own hair and look what I got, a chia pet. It's cold. Keep the hair up. Keep these. I know you like that stand, but I think it's a hindrance for you. What do you think?
I think it's just the bottom that bothers me.
You keep standing on it.
I know.
Just rub that up and down. Just let that dry. There, dry the hair out. You can place it on. It's not going to burn it. Don't put the elastic to the back of the dryer, not here. You want to get as much air in the front as possible. Now here. With our Happy Mondays coming up on December the 2nd, will be our holiday edition of Happy Mondays. Our Tribeca location. Look forward to seeing you there. It should be a lot of fun. I've got 4 guests already lined up. We'd like to have a lot of guests come and be a part of what we're doing. It's how we built this brand, based on teamwork, collaboration. Never just been about the people that work in my business or for my business. It's been about everybody that's associated with the business. So just run it up and down. Make sure you're not, because that'll burn. These dryers get very hot. Keep the dryer moving, unless you're close to the hair. And we'll dry this out. We go one way, and we'll go the other. Now it stays damp on the inside. You can start to see it dry out because you can start to see it like separate. This is something you can teach your clients to do so that they can do it at home. They can just twist it and leave it.
This is an unrelated question,
Yes.
but Melissa, how do you get your teeth so white? Yeah,
It's a special white, it's a white filter on Facebook.
Sally's.
No, I don't do anything.
Look at those.
She brushes once a month.
Who asked that?
Donald DeLapo. Donna.
Oh, thank you so much,
Delapo.
Donald.
I'm so happy you're tuning in for the education, guys.
They tune in for my smile.
You're tuning for your smile. That's right. Oh, there's a fly in here. You don't know the hair is dry until it's cooled down. Because you can't feel the dampness. When it's hot, it's hard to tell. So we go one way, go back the other way.
Are you gonna get this completely dry?
I'm going to get it pretty dry.
Okay.
A little bit more dry conditioner, please, young lady. Give it a spray. Everywhere. There you go. There you go. Let them loosen up a little bit so you can get them drier. So now they're starting to loosen out. people on the street. People are out today.
Mm-hmm.
What was the holiday? Yom Kippur, was it? What was it?
Yeah.
Over. Is it over now?
Yeah. No more fasting.
No more fasting. Good. Let that dry. So don't forget, I'll be coming out to let your friends know. I'm going to be on the West Coast. I'm going to be in Portland teaching a one-day razor class in November. It's going to be a lot of fun. In Portland, taking out inspiration. We have some great salons out there in Portland now. So we're going to go out there to support our salons. We're excited about that. And anyone that wants to come for razor classes, you can find all the information on the razor class on arojopro.com. Also, we have 3 Cosmo classes starting before the end of the year. We have a new class starting in 2 weeks in Tribeca, then Soho in November, and then Tribeca again in early December. So we don't stand still, we keep moving forward. This weekend I'll be in Dallas. Anyone wants in and around Dallas, let us know. I'm going to do an in-salon, part of my brand. We hadn't spent a lot of time this year in the Carolinas. We've had a lot of success there. But definitely check out Arojo Inspired.
Lisa Hauser, can't wait to have you in Portland.
I know, Lisa. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to find out what's been going on in your world.
What sort of things do you go over in a one-day razor class?
I do razor fundamentals, so by the time you finish, you can all use the razor. It's a brilliant class. It's $400, and it's a great way to really understand the fundamentals of razor cutting. Carry on, just keep drying it. I'll show you again. You rotate the razor, V for victory, place the blade in, push, and we teach you this motion. And notice how it's not the wrist. Notice how it's just the fingertip moving up and down. And then we learn how to teach how to hold your comb in here. So we'll learn all of this. We don't do any demonstration. It's hands-on all day, all the time. It's a great place. I think that's probably going to be pretty good now, yeah? Does it feel good, dry?
It's almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah, it's going to do these two.
And then I'm going to put a little bit of refinish in the root. So if you want to learn razor cutting,
Woo!
you know it's a bit like that. You can cut my chia pet.
Scott wants to know when you're coming to Florida again.
Scott who?
Scott Marchese?
Ah, Scott. I'm coming to Florida in 10 days. A week on Sunday. So I'm going to be in Miami.
Miami.
And we're doing something with our partner, with our L'Oreal family. I'm going to use our refinish, so contact L'Oreal or you can direct message me and I'll let you know what the plan is. We'll put a little bit of refinish in here. This will bulk the thin hair up. Just get a little bit more bulk. Nice thing about this product is it's completely clear. So when you spray it, or even on black surface, it doesn't cloud, which is one of the biggest problems with some of those dry shampoo texture sprays, is they're powdery. This one's not. And it's going to build some structure and strength into Grace's hair. All right, head forward for me, Grace. All right, let's get that dry back out. Put the diffuser back on. Still a little damp in here now, so let's ruffle it out a little. Yes, go the whole hog. The hog, the whole hog, and nothing but the whole hog. And right in here, I'll bring in my spirit animal. I can see it over there.
Very inspirational.
Rick would like to know, would you use this dry technique on curly hair?
Yeah, it's great on curly hair. If you want to control the curl, great. And you get better hold with the curl. That's good. So I'm just shaking the roots. Just a light shake in the root. Allow the hair to tussle itself out on its own. And with your hand you can feel how hot the dryer is. Always make sure you don't burn your client. You burn your client once, she ain't coming back. Yeah? She doesn't want to come back to being burned. And there you'll see that, when you see that power, when you see that smoke, that's like you know you're almost dry. Yeah, because that's the final bit. Now look how thick her hair looks. Never had this much hair. Yeah? Shake it, tossle it, shake it, tossle it, shake it back, bring the freshness back. See that? You see the product evaporating? You know this is the end now. The final countdown. You ever had this much hair? No? What do you think?
That was really good. Thank you so much.
You feel good about it?
Yeah, I really have never had this much hair. Do you like put extensions in?
No, we just should put products, and that's the power of product. Yeah? But it's not available at Sally's. Sorry.
So sad.
Yeah, I know, because you know, you need your license to get in there. Not. Alright, so we went for like a loose tossle. Let's get a little bit of the, just to hold that, we're going to use a little bit of prim. Yeah? Let's use a little bit of prim. Right at the front. Right here, just to hold it. A little bit of my prim.
What's primp?
It's a lightweight workable spray. It'll just hold that back. You see how it just holds that back? It's not like a heavy lacquer. If you want something that's more heavy, you'll go for our Fierce, which is our super strong spray. But Prim is our lightweight kind of workable spray. So there's Gracie, all done. And I think she's happy. You happy?
I'm very happy.
She's very happy, and we did good. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go over and we'll take some pictures and tune in next week for Brooklyn Live, where we will have Dana, our camera girl, yes, and Olivia doing the magic. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, check us out. Keep an eye on us on Arosio Social. Download our app or Arosio NYC, and check out ArosioInspired.com and see what we've got in store for our big event in 2.5 weeks' time. Have a great Thursday. Catch you later. Bye.
Okay, finishing.